This is a 2013 Audi S5. I found it barely holding up outside of a shop with a blown up engine. Hours of work, dropping the whole drivetrain and then dropping the transmission again, we finally got the car to drive. Whoa! After finally going through the headaches, we completely transformed this car. Facelift, carbon fiber, anything and everything you can think of. With the help of Canadian Auto Performance, we completely transformed it. Then a massive plot twist, I gifted this car to my gorgeous wife.
Wow, so I have an Audi too?
Yeah. So with her permission, it is time to turn this car into a proper supercar slayer. Yup, you heard that right. No, not again, not again. We're done with that. Bro, this guy's back. No. Not again. Why? You gotta stop saying supercar slayer. It's not gonna be the only supercar it could be. Is probably like a big, you know like what? BMW i8. Actually, you're kind of right. So one thing I can say though, this car is going to look completely different than what it looks like right now when we're finished with it.
It's going to look,
feel, everything.
Okay.
All right, bye, see ya, gotta get to work. Here we pretty much have everything we need to really put this car at the next level when it comes down to performance. Let's face it, it's an Audi and the silver doesn't scream Audi. So we partnered up with Vinyl Frog and we're going to be wrapping the car in extremely exotic Audi color. When I first dropped the subframe, one thing that caught my attention was these rotors are extremely old, they're warped, it needs new rotors. But we didn't just get regular rotors. We got some 034 two-piece rotors. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Look at these things. These brake rotors are going to be such a massive upgrade. Not only are they each 5 pounds lighter than the stock rotors, they look absolutely incredible. And the great thing about two-piece rotors is whenever they go bad, the centerpiece stays on and you can simply take out the disc and change it out, which is much cheaper. I'm gonna leave this linked in the description. Massive thank you to 034 Motorsports because this is going to change the car completely. Here's where things get very, very exciting and a little nerve-wracking. With nicer, bigger rotors, we need nicer, bigger brake calipers. In this box, we have just that, calipers. But these aren't just calipers. These are much bigger 4-piston brake calipers from, wait for it, a Porsche Macan GTS. Yes, a Porsche SUV, you heard that right. There's pistons coming from in here and in here, fully contracting the rotor from both sides, making braking much better than the stock system that's in the car. Now, is this gonna work? It should. But honestly, I genuinely have no idea. If we pull this off and it works as it should, Crucible's going to have the best brakes to stop all the power we're throwing into this car in this video. But let's get going because we have a lot of work to do, and I'm gonna be honest, I cannot wait to modify this car. When I announced I was giving the car to Crucible, everybody's like, take it back. She already has the X5M. Like, I'm pretty sure all of you know this, but we're married. Whatever's hers is mine, whatever's mine is hers. So it's really not that big of a deal. Like, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Yeah, these rotors are toast. Warped, uneven, and that lip, yeah, that's a one-way ticket of shaky brakes and bad stopping power. And now take a look at this lip. I mean, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. That's insane. Step 1 to removing the rotor is disconnecting the brake line. And thankfully, we also got brand new stainless steel brake line from the one and only 034 Motorsports as well. Oh, that's leaking a lot. Step 2, remove the caliper. Another thing that's not a stranger to us, to remove the caliper completely, it is 2 18mm bolts in the back, extremely hard to take off. No! No! Come on now, dog. A moment of silence for yet another adapter. Oh, here you go, here you go. Oh, brake just squirted everywhere. Oh, shoot. It is out. Yes. Now, removing a rotor is something I'm a stranger to when it comes on our European cars. And it is just one little bolt that's holding everything on, and then it should come off. That is rusty on there. Okay, maybe it needs a little bit of convincing. Oh, there we go. Oh, one side, success. Now let's do the other side, and I'm praying that everything goes according to plan. Like I just did. Man, I know I've said it a couple times, but I absolutely love these wheels. They came with the car and I am not taking them off. And now we can do to the passenger side what we did to the driver's side and pray that nothing breaks, because that won't be fun. passenger side caliper is off, but of course in the process we discovered some destroyed things. This fender liner is gone. How did this car have this set of wheels and an intact fender liners for years? Ooh, maybe it's that the undershard wasn't on. Maybe that's why. Yeah, we gotta throw the undershard back on after this, 100%. Front rotors and brakes are out. Now we can move on to the next thing. And no, the next thing is not installing this incredible setup of brakes. The next step is painting these brakes. If you're like me and you don't like spraying the brake calipers and making a huge mess, there's a company called G2 Brake Caliper where you use a brush and paint the calipers. The last time I used it turned out really good, so we're gonna do it once again on the Audi. Color we're going with is yellow. Maybe that'll let you guys figure out what color we're wrapping the car. And how it works is very simple. The paint comes in a can and then you throw in this activator and boom, you gotta start painting. My strategy is doing little by little, making a light layer, then a little bit of a darker layer, then more of a layer, then another layer. And I think going slowly and adding a thicker layer every time is going to give us that perfect finish we're looking for. But here we go. The one downside is it does take forever and we have to get going because turns out I have a lot less time than I originally thought because I forgot about one very important thing. Okay, I would say maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours later. I think it looks really good. We still have to let it fully dry, level itself out. So right now it's looking probably like an 80% compared to when it's fully done, but it looks incredible. Even at an 80%, look how good these look. I cannot wait to really get a good look at them when they're on the car and the car has its new color and is as fast as possible. Okay, now that we got both calipers out, let's compare a side by side. Yes. Introducing the 034 Motorsports 2-piece rotors with the Porsche Macan brake calipers. Let's compare these to the old brake setup. I mean, what a night and day difference. There's nothing better than a car with nice brakes. And this is why that one is a massive upgrade from this one. These ones only have one piston, which is back here on this side. Now, let's be honest, I'm just praying everything works how it should, and I don't have the wrong model of Audi to do this kind of fun upgrade to. From, obviously, 034. Stainless steel brake lines. Yes. But here we go, the moment of truth. I know the rotors are going to fit 100%, but the real question is, are the calipers going to fit how they should with no special modifications? Because it's weird that a caliper from this will fit in a little Audi S5. What? Are you kidding me? That's what a proper Audi should look like. Let's throw on the new brake pads. We got the wrong size brake pads. These are not it. That's a bad start to the brake calipers already. We got the wrong size pads. But either way, we can still throw them on the car and see if they fit. Ladies and gentlemen, the internet wins. The caliper fits. Let's go. Are you kidding me? You're telling me I can put a caliper from this car on an Audi? I really do love German engineering. Obviously, we're still waiting for the calipers to come in because I ordered the wrong one because I'm an idiot, but this looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, now that we have the brake-in on lock, looks like we're going to be able to proceed with pushing this car to its absolute limit later on in this video. And even crazier, God willing, we're going to be launching this car for the first time ever and with Cristobal in the car. Okay, try to keep up. Right now it is March 20th. Awesome. Well, 10 days from now, exactly 10 days from now, Cristobal and I are taking a little drive, a little trip to Orlando, Florida, to the parks, which is incredible. We love going there, but I totally forgot we're taking the Audi. And we still haven't even wrapped the whole car. That usually takes me a week, and we still have to tune it, do the performance mods. You know where I'm going with this, right? We need to move. We need to start wrapping the car already and really get this going. Not only that, like I mentioned, in this box is more parts from FCP Euro. We cannot drive this car 4 hours away without installing these parts. It's not safe and it will not be very smart of me to do so. And this is gonna be a pretty lengthy install, so we need as much time as possible. Let's get going. Thankfully on the rear, the calipers aren't as big and we're not fully disconnecting the brake lines. But we do have to fully take them off and install their new rotors, and then after, paint the calipers. But we should be finishing in time. At least I hope. Okay, since we're doing the rear brakes, there we go. Okay, electric e-brake should be off. Now, it's time to remove the caliper. Very similar to the front, it's just 2 big bolts in the back, which are a little bit harder to get to, but nothing is impossible. And then it should come off. But in our case, the caliper simply does not want to come off. For some reason, does not matter what we do, the caliper just doesn't want to come off. And this is really bad because we don't have a whole lot of time. This thing does not want to come off. What? But then I quickly remembered, wait, I'm working on an Audi. I just had another Audi moment. Turns out, just by retracting the brakes the way I did, isn't enough. We have to go through a scan tool, manually retract them, and then I guess we can take them off. I'm an idiot. I didn't know. I didn't know. Well, that sounds like it's working. Look at that! You know, at this point, you just gotta love Audi. And I'm sure it's not just an Audi, it's maybe just newer cars. Let's see how long this side takes. Here we go. Boom. And it took... Oh no! The phone died! The phone died! No! No! Okay, 4 minutes have passed, but 29 minutes. Okay, it's time to finish the brakes. Not gonna lie, they look a little big. Oh my gosh. This is literally the same thing.
Is this how it goes?
I really just ordered the wrong size brake pads again. Did I order the wrong brakes again? I'm gonna sound really dumb saying this again, but I found the right brake pads, okay? And I know I found them because I saw a video of somebody doing it. Boom, place the order, should get here tomorrow. But for now, let's just focus on finishing up painting these calipers so then we can move on to the next thing. Rear calipers look amazing, but now we have to pick everything up because we need to start wrapping this car. Yes. All right, here we go. Comment below what color you think we are wrapping the Audi. This is from the ones and only Vinyl Frog. If you want a Vinyl Frog wrap for your car, that will be linked in the description. Wow. Orange. Not just an orange, a yellowish orange. It was between yellow or orange. I wanted to mix both and get a very rich color, not anything tacky. This is the nicest orange I've seen. This is perfect. This is no longer going to be your regular grandmother's Audi. The car is now loud and exotic looking. It just got a whole new attitude. But this really reminds me of the BMW M3 Orange. I feel like this is that exact same color. Obviously not exact, but very similar. Let's jump right into it because there's nothing I want more in the world than seeing this car fully wrapped. And before we throw on the wrap, we need to make sure the car's fully clean. So we gotta start off with a nice little wash. Squeaky clean fender. We do have to take off the supercharged logo, and I do have to put some alcohol on it. But first, let's measure this. We got 44.5. Definitely on the longer side. I would say 45. Height 30. Okay. Okay. Even though the fender's clean, before throwing on wrap, I do want to go ahead and spray it with alcohol. This is really going to get rid of all the little particles and everything that's still on the paint. And now we're able to cut the wrap knowing the surface it's going to go on, it's clean. And when cutting, I usually like to cut an extra 3 to 5 inches from what the panel measured out to be, just to be safe and have a little bit of playing room because you never know. Boom! And just like when important decisions are made, there's no turning back now. wish the camera can pick up this orange. The day's ending and it looks like such a much lighter color. Wrapping this fender has been a breeze so far. You really just have to stretch it before putting it down. And yes, I'm leaving residue where the Supercharged logo sat, so I know exactly where it goes when I'm putting it back. And I hope this is giving confidence to everybody out there to go and wrap their car whatever color they want. I remember when I was too afraid to do so, but trust me, when you start doing it and going through it, it is not as difficult as it looks. It just takes a lot of patience and practice. I think this is a much better look as to what the orange actually looks like. This color's very exotic. That's all I'm gonna say. We're really against time here, y'all. This is gonna be hard to get done, but we have to get it done. There's no other choice. So with that being said, let's get going with the other fender. And comment below, if you could wrap your dream car in any color, what color would it be? The driver's side fender now, this one has quite a bit of damage, but there's nothing some sanding and some Bondo can't do. And if you're wondering about that imperfection, it looks good. And this isn't a wrapping tutorial, but don't forget, make sure you tuck everything in. And I can't lie, this color looks incredible on this car. Wow. But now we take our skills onto bigger panels, and that is the hood. And unfortunately, the hood does have quite a bit of imperfections. And all these little chips you can see through the wrap, so we have to sand them down. We do have to grab Kevin because there needs to be a lot of stretching. And if you have someone else helping, it makes it so much better. 69 by 50. Thank God, because I think this roll lengthwise is 55. If the hood was longer than 55, that would have been pretty bad. But okay, we're good, we're good. Oh, the length is perfect. If anything, I cut way more than I needed, but okay. With bigger panels, things like peeling off the wrap just get that much more difficult. Necesito más para acá, necesito más para acá. Yep. Let's tira. Oh, that was good. Huh? Nice, that's good. And now we just squeegee away. Draw a big line down the middle and then go outwards. Boom, hood is 90% done. All we have left is to do all the cutting. Yeah, we have approximately 2 days left to finish the rest of the car. So far, we gotta cut the hood, we did the fenders. After the cutting the hood, we're doing the front bumper. And let me tell you, I am not looking forward to wrapping the front bumper. Front bumpers are the reason vinyl wrappers have trust issues. In general, they just suck to do. But with that being said, off to the front bumper. Thought it was gonna be way harder, but in reality, it's not. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this one piece. This is gonna be piece number 2, and then this is gonna be piece number 3. I'm not sure if that made any sense, but I think my theory is going to be a good one. Before we start wrapping the bumper and doing the little inlays, we do need to take the bumper off and take off the grille as well as the little side grille, so we make sure the wrap gets in all the tight spots and everywhere it needs to be. Even though I'm in a hurry to get this car done already so we can tune it, give it as much horsepower as possible and launch it, we still need to make sure we do things the right way. And after laying down the knifeless tape, now we can do all the inlays in the bumper. Inlays are crucial when wrapping cars because vinyl can only stretch so far before it starts failing. Pretty much think of inlays like reinforcements. They can go in deep creases, around sharp corners like the bumper, and around tight areas where the main piece of the wrap would wrinkle, lift, and pretty much tear over time. I can't believe I'm saying this, but so far the plan is working. Usually the front bumper is the hardest piece to wrap, but at this point, it's been extremely easy. And yes, we did have to put it on the car because it's much easier wrapping it this way. Front bumper done. Obviously, we haven't put the grille on. We don't know how it's actually looking, but that looks flawless. You cannot tell at all. It's 1, 2, and 3 pieces. It actually turned out amazing. I'm so happy that my theory worked. Now, we're moving on to the roof. As you saw, we already did the first panel. That's very easy, but we have an issue. This is the antenna, and we have to wrap this roof. Well, I don't want to take off the antenna because we got to pull down the headliner. We got to get in there. We don't have enough time for that. You guys know we need to finish this in like 2 days, and I do want to finish off the roof today. What I'm going to do is we're going to wrap around the antenna. This might be extremely difficult. Heck, extremely difficult, but not impossible. And if it means we can do it without taking out the antenna, I'll take it. We miserably failed. Like, to the point where it's really bad. We're gonna come back to this later, and we're gonna salvage the wrap and do the trunk. After that failure, we're doing the trunk. You saw we did the top side, now we're doing the bottom side. Took off the license plate. Never taken off, but we're also taking off the S5 logo. Should I put it back? I'm definitely putting it back, but those are famous last words, as you might see later on in this video. Trunk is done. Now, it's missing something. That is Canadian Auto Performance's carbon fiber wing. It's their pre-preg carbon fiber. Looks incredible. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to get it. You guys know the drill with these wings. All you need is 3M tape and they go right on. Very easy. Probably one of the easiest installs. No turning back now. We really are making really good progress on this car, and now it is time to move on to the doors. But to be able to wrap the doors, we do have to remove the door handles. And if you know anything about Audi, they are a pain to put back into place. And how do I know? Well, I know someone that went through it.
Yeah, to put them back, you're gonna have to take off the door pin.
Ugh.
You might need another person to do it, to be honest.
Really? Something tells me we're not gonna have a fun time putting the door back together, but for now, let's focus on one thing at a time. And let me tell you, even though we're in a hurry, I am extremely happy with how the wrap is coming along. We're making a lot of progress. Both doors are done. Now, the next plan of action is the side skirts. And this Audi is an S-line trim, meaning it has that weird extra side skirt at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to be wrapping that by itself, and then we'll do the rest of the quarter panel on its own. Seeing this car orange is so strange, but okay, we come down here. I did the weird side of the side skirt. It actually turned out really, really nice. Ignore that, we still have to finish it, but we cut it off right here. And what I'm going to do is right now we're gonna do the whole quarter panel, and the quarter panel is going to meet up right in the middle with the rest. No one's gonna see that, and it's just gonna be much cleaner than connecting it on this side. With that being said, we have to measure the whole quarter panel and cut it out because that is the next thing on the list. 48 inches from there to there is 48 inches, 88. All right, let's see, 88 plus 38. Yep, you slightly saw that right. 124 inches long. Of course, we did have to call out Papa Z because cutting this on my own is going to be almost impossible. That's how much you have to cut. Now, I feel like I overcut, but better be safe than sorry, right? And my motto for doing this quarter panel, be patient. Now I figured that's enough of me rapping. Even though it was very difficult to wrap this car, you guys already know, we pulled it off. We did both quarter panels, we did the rest of the trunk, and we did finally the rear bumper. And this car looks absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Oh, and regarding those door handles, we somehow pulled it off with no help and without taking apart the inner door. Here you go, moment of truth. Let's go! How? I simply don't know. Thankfully, the brake pads arrived and they fit perfectly. That is 2. Let's go. They slide right from the outside, then you put the clip in and the pin goes across to hold the pads in place. Okay, now we can use my favorite machine for bleeding brakes. I love this thing. Thread that down, put this on here just like that, right? We then pump this up. It creates pressure, and it's as if someone was pressing down the brake pedal. That's gonna allow us to break the calipers open until fluid starts coming out. That means they're good. Easy. Oof, and we can't forget about our plus 10 horsepower stickers. One on each wheel, that means plus 40 horsepower, baby. But now, before we can tune this car and give it as much horsepower as possible, we need to fix it. It's time to change wardrobe. Yeah, that's right. When this comes out, you know something's about to go wrong or something's about to go down because I've been keeping something from you throughout this whole video. Throughout the life that this car has been daily driven, which has been kind of right about a month now, it developed a very bad squeal. Yeah, it doesn't sound great. And I did notice it's not the belt from the engine, it is the supercharger belt. Now yes, we did a whole drivetrain swap on this car, and guess who didn't change the pulleys? Listen, I'm not perfect, but you know who is perfect? FCP Euro. Now, I don't know if that transition was annoying or great, but I went ahead and purchased every single idler pulley and tensioner for this car. As I said, they pretty much have everything when it comes down to European cars. But what we have to do now is put this car into service mode. I sound like a dealership. That's disgusting. I can't believe you said that. And what service mode basically means is we're taking the whole front support and we're pushing it out. Because there's such little room to work with in the engine bay, this should give us plenty of room to take out the pulleys, tensioners, and everything else. First thing we have to do is get under the car and disconnect the 2 bars that connect the core support to the chassis. And then we can come to the top and we can start unbolting the crash bar. And as you're seeing, the whole front end is pretty much coming apart. Not only service mode, you can't use a regular ratchet. I had to get a specialty. Cool, look at this. This is like a ratchet, but look how skinny it is. For everything to fit and be able to take off the pulleys and stuff. Look at this thing. And here we go. With a specialty tool, I'm pretty much unbolting the whole core support. Now we can get to the pulleys and the tensioner. Actually, the tensioner we do have to get from under the car, but it actually wasn't as difficult as I thought all this was gonna be. And now we have a peace of mind. Out with the old and in with the new. Supercharger pulley and idler pull. I don't know what I changed, but done. Now, before we put the bumper on and start putting everything back together and then get to the tuning and all the fun stuff, I do want to do something that everybody commented, and that is paint the bash part black because the bumper is going to look way nicer with the blacked out bash bar. Now, this isn't a professional how to paint job. It is a pretty simple mask off with what you got, grab a random gloss black spray paint can, and go crazy. There's not a whole lot to it. We're painting metal black. And let's be honest, it looks really good. Look how insane that looks. Wow. But we have an issue, and it should be the final issue. Now, since we don't have time to take it anywhere, we're going to attempt to plug up the wheel with this kit that I bought. I think it was like $15. What can go wrong? By the way, these are very expensive tires. I'm gonna fix this. No turning back now. Step 2, we really clean up the hole. There we go. All right, just gotta get through. Now it's really gonna come out. Oh my gosh. Oh, shoot. Okay. Step 3. We throw it in. Oh no, it's not working. Oh boy. Okay, I'm using this white stuff. I think this is how you use it. I think the issue was that I was twisting. I gotta go in straight. Oh, it worked. Let's go, it worked. We drop drive trains, wrap cars, and the best of all, we can plug tires. Whew, I feel like I was never gonna be able to pull this off, but we did it. Now it's time for the fun part. Let's really push this car to its limits. Car is orange and looking better than ever, and the brakes should be braking. But there's one thing they say about orange cars, and that is, no matter what, they cannot be slow. If you have an orange car, it cannot be slow. Actually, I just made that up. But either way, we partnered up, obviously, with 03 Motorsports. You guys nonstop told me I need a 034 Motorsports Stage 2 Plus, I think, tune and a transmission tune. And guess what's inside here? Oh man, I've never tuned an Audi in my life, so see how this goes. With this 034 Motorsports tuning dongle, we're going to be able to tune the car to Stage 2 Plus right from our phone. Now this should be pushing the car to right over 450 to 500 wheel horsepower, as well as unlocking for us some incredible features like increasing the RPM limit and launch control. Also, the only reason we're able to do a Stage 2 Plus is because we are running the bigger throttle body, a smaller supercharger pulley, a bigger crank pulley, a carbon fiber intake, catless downpipes, and a full exhaust. Now, I do know a couple things, and I do know there's an app that we do have to download to be able to tune this car, the 034 Motorsports app. Now we gotta sign in, and the tune should be under my account. We plug in the OBD2, and I think we just flash it. I don't know. Before flashing it, and before I forget, we are going to install a brand new air filter. These things get overlooked like crazy, and I'm pretty sure mine has never been cleaned, so it's a good performance upgrade. Here we go, scanning. Again, we have to give a massive thank you to 034 Motors. This would not be possible without them, and they're helping me, surprise Cristobal, make this car as efficient as possible, and as better as possible. Cristobal has no idea that this little phone and this little app is gonna make her Audi so much faster. I cannot wait to launch this car with her in it and really see her reaction and my reaction. I've never launched this car, so whew, I'm nervous. Okay, first things we're doing is flashing the transmission tune, but there's one thing I noticed. We have to flash it back to stock before we can actually throw on the transmission tune. Now we gotta act normal till it's done flashing. Bad. Audi. Parking brake malfunction. Woohoo! Stage 1 or Stage 1 race. I did the race. Boom. Let's make this transmission shift quick. Here we go. 99% on Lambo shifts. 100. Now on the flashing tab, we can go to ECU. And look at all these options. Oh man. And as for the stages, we went with the best one, the Stage 2 Plus, the super duper throttle body with the racing catalyst. There's so many options for launch control here and just how the car acts. There's a lot for if we're running water method injection, which we're not. A lot for when we're running E40, which we're not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the 93R7.2, which is high ref to 7600, left foot braking, and advanced launch. And it does have crackle because the other ones say no crackle. This one doesn't say that. And you know who loves crackles? Cristobal. So she's going to be very happy. When the car's getting tuned, it starts geeking out. All the codes come up. Everything goes crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, finally, this car is tuned. Oh my, I was so nervous for all that, but I'm gonna be honest and say an honest review. In a world where Audis have been the most difficult car I've ever worked on, tuning the car was simply just as easy as tuning a BMW. So 034 Motorsports, massive W's in the chat. That was actually awesome, being completely honest. So if you want to tune your car, hit up 03 Motors or any other modifications we installed today. With that being said, this car is as fast as it can possibly be. We have to get going. Let's surprise the princess herself, and then we can get this car ready for the road trip. Now we have to quickly limp the car to the dealership to get the AC filled, because we cannot drive to Orlando with no AC, especially in this Florida heat that's absolutely horrendous. But look how incredible this car looks under the lighting. I mean, it is incredible. That's the only word I have for it. Plain amazing. I cannot wait to see what Christabel thinks. And the fact that we were able to pull off what I thought would be the impossible just makes me that much happier. We're doing this. Didn't know you were gonna do that. So this is 29th. Tomorrow's the 30th. It's the day we're leaving. But there's an issue. How can I say this? In a lot of states, this wouldn't be a big issue, but the fact that we live in Florida and we're taking like a 4-hour road trip, this is a big issue. And the thing is, this car doesn't have any AC right now. It's holding pressure, so there's no leaking in the system. I'm really frustrated right now. Even though we did the impossible, I literally can't believe we did it. There's one big issue, and the car doesn't have any AC. Today's the final night. I'm gonna see what I can figure out. Check fuses, check relays. I'm praying that we get it to work, but as of now, it's not looking great. I checked every single fuse in the car. I even double checked that the car was properly filled with AC. And unfortunately, nothing. I can't seem to figure out what is going on with the car. But I did get a code for the AC pressure sensor. I'm hoping that's the issue, but either way, we're leaving tomorrow morning. And I'm gonna be honest, even though we pulled off the impossible, something as silly as air conditioning is not gonna allow us to fully do what we wanted, which was do a road trip in this car. But that's not gonna stop us from having an incredible surprise for her. Today is the day. Look down, don't look up.
I'm looking down.
If you look up, you're fired. Oh, sorry. Grass is wet.
I have my Crocs on.
Okay, you can turn around in 3, 2, 1. Wow.
That's crazy. That is a bright orange.
How insane.
Wow, that's a nice color.
Wow. Come here.
I don't think I've ever seen an orange car in person. That looks really cool.
How insane does that look?
That looks really cool. I love the black with the orange.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. It's kind of like a sunset orange.
We also got nice new brakes.
Yeah.
Those bright yellow calipers. They're from a Porsche Macan, a Porsche SUV.
Wow,
so
those are big.
You're gonna be going fast, you're gonna be looking cool, and you're gonna be stopping fast. Now, here's the bad news, honey. Unfortunately, we can't drive this car up to Orlando.
Why?
There's no AC.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna do that to you. We're in
That's
Florida,
okay.
It's hot, and we just shouldn't drive that car to Orlando.
It's okay.
So now, it looks great, but it's tuned. It's got a fun little stuff going on. My 034, so we did a stage 5 oil change.
How many stages of oil change are there?
Let's go for a drive and you'll find out. Here we go, moment of truth.
It breaks.
The car brakes, let's go. Woo! Thank you for trusting me.
Yes.
Did you hear that? So we got pops. Okay, I should probably tell you what we've done to the car. So I told you everything exterior, which, what do you think?
I love the color. I love that color.
Now we're gonna get like a nice view of it, but aside from that, we partnered up with 034 Motorsports. We tuned the car, we gave it a stage 2 plus tune, and we did a transmission tune, meaning this car's fast. How fast? As fast as it can get with the current modifications. And for the first time ever, we're going to be doing a launch control.
That sounds fast.
Co-pilot, ready?
Check.
Oh my gosh! That was insane! That was insane! Holy!
I think I'm crying.
Honey,
Sweating and crying.
I was like, what? Speechless is an understatement by how this car's making me feel. I mean, that is insane. But how does it sound from the outside? Wow, that two-step sounds insane from the outside, and the car just hooks and books. Wow, Audi, that was incredible. Co-pilot ready.
Check.
All right, here we go. That's insane.
I didn't know cars can do that. How thrilling was that?
To think that once upon a time this car was here, and I randomly found it through Marketplace. Jumped into the project not thinking how intense it was going to be. Did things I never imagined I could do. Completely transformed it, and now we're here. Looking better than ever, and I'm blessed enough to say I was able to gift this to my wife. What a beautiful journey this has been. And as for the perfect trip I had planned with the car, well, sometimes God just has different plans for us. And we have to learn to respect it, trust it, and be happy with it. We still went on that trip with the X5M. We visited various parks at Disney. Had a ton of fun, took some amazing pictures, and truly had some memories that we're never going to forget. Sometimes the best things in life come when they're not planned. I love you guys. Be safe.